announcement. Starting next semester, the cafeteria will no longer accept cash.
Seriously? I don't know about that. I usually pay with cash because it's easier for me.
Let's read the notice first before we make any conclusions.
But one of my lecturers just said that the university will only use QR payments starting next semester.
Yeah, according to the notice, they believe cashless payments will make transactions faster and reduce long queues during lunch hours.
Well, I understand your reason, but I'm still worried. Sometimes the internet connection becomes very slow.
That's true. Remember last week, the Wi-Fi was acting up for almost every day. It caused a chaos in the cafeteria during lunchtime rush.
Exactly. If the payment breaks down, students won't be able to buy food.
I don't think that will happen very often. Nowadays, almost everyone has an e-wallet and online banking.
Not everyone. First semester students might not have a bank account yet because they are underage.
Other than that, some students receive pocket money in cash every week from their parents. They may find it difficult to switch over immediately.
That's a fair point.
Personally, I like using my phone to pay. It only takes a few seconds, so it's easier and faster.
Well, for me, I prefer using cash because I can see how much money I'm spending.
Do you think students might spend more when they don't pay with cash?
Definitely. Scanning with a phone feels easier than handing over real money.
But if students rely only on e-wallet, they may spend more without realizing it.
That might be true for some people, but some students are careful with their budgets, and I am one of them.
I think it depends on personal habits.
And another concern is all the cafeteria workers. They may not be familiar with new technology.
That's why proper training is important.
Maybe the university could organize workshop first before launching the system.
Yeah, that would definitely reduce confusion for both workers and students.
Wait, my cousin just texted me. I told him about this matter and he said our college became cashless last year and the queues became much shorter.
That's interesting.
But every university is different. We should think about both the advantages and the disadvantages before planning.
Yeah, let's list the benefit first. I think cashless payments are easier and faster because students don't need to carry much cash, so it's safer.
I agree with most of those points. However, we also should consider students who have problems with their smartphones or have limited internet access.
Exactly. Technology should make life easier, not harder.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should think about how the university can improve the system instead of simply accepting or rejecting it. So, how about we talk about it over lunch?
Yes, that's a great idea.
Let's go.
Resuming our discussion earlier, let's talk about the problems that students might face.
Well, the biggest problem for me is the internet. Just imagine, you're standing in a long queue and suddenly the payment app stops working.
That's possible, but many stores now already use the cashless payments method without having any major problems.
Even so, the university should prepare a backup plan in case something unexpected happens.
If the university provide backup payment machines, the students would feel more confident.
I agree. Another issue is overspending. When I use cash, I know exactly how much money I have left.
I'm the opposite. My banking account records every transaction I did, so it's easier for me to keep up with my spending.
Well, similar to what I said earlier, everyone manages money differently. Some students are disciplined, while others are not.
That's why financial awareness is just as important as technology.
My sister warned me about using e-wallets too often. She said that I should always check my balance before making a payment.
That's a good advice. I think cashless payments reduce the risk of losing money too.
True. If someone steals your wallet, that cash is as good as gone.
But if someone steals your phone, there could be risk unless it is protected by your password or your fingerprint.
Exactly. Losing your wallet is risky enough, but losing your phone is way more riskier.
The way I see it, both systems have pros and cons. Personally, losing my phone would be my biggest nightmare. What if I don't have a spare gadget? That would be very troublesome. You don't expect me to carry around my laptop, do you? That would be the ultimate worst case scenario. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but look at more to the pros of cashless payments. I think cashless payments are hygienic because people don't need to exchange coins or banknotes.
Oh, that's another advantages I hadn't considered.
However, some students from rural areas may not be familiar with online banking.
Well, the university shouldn't assume that everyone has the same experience.
Yeah, exactly. There should be orientation first before officially starts the cashless payment system.
The university should also allow a transition period. Maybe students could use both cash or cashless payment during the first month.
Yeah, that's a practical suggestion. I believe they should consider that.
And also, customer service staff should also be available for students who have problems with their payment.
Yeah, that could certainly reduce the confusion.
I think I'll feel more comfortable if there are people around me to help.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe the issue isn't whether cashless payment is good or bad. Maybe it's how the university introduces them because they definitely want this to become a positive change for everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good suggestion. Good planning can solve all of these concerns.
I think we've thought things through pretty well. Now let's recap our actual recommendations. What was our first point again?
Oh yeah. Firstly, I still believe that cashless method has many advantages. For example, it can reduce the long queues. Moreover, it can make the payment faster and improve record keeping.
Well, I agree that it has benefits, but the university shouldn't ignore students who may have struggled to adapt.
Then our first recommendation should be a transition period where both cash and cashless payments are accepted.
That's a good start. Although the cashless system offers many benefits, the university should introduce it gradually.
Yeah, university should provide at least free training for the students and maybe the cafeteria staff. The cafeteria workers should be ready for the new system before it begins.
And the university should also improve the Wi-Fi across campus. If the university had improved the Wi-Fi earlier, fewer students would have experienced the connection problems.
Yeah, I believe they should prioritize fixing the network system first. Students on this campus face connection problems so often that they start to think the Wi-Fi is more of a hassle than a help. I'm sure we all have experienced that.
Good point. The university should set up several help desks during the first few weeks.
That's a great idea. Those help desks could answer questions and solve payment problems immediately.
Yeah, I also think students should receive their weekly spending.
Yes, Some students spend money without realizing how much they have used.
As my lecturer once said, the technology should help people, not to create new problems.
That's exactly what we're trying to say. If a system makes things harder for the users, it defeats the whole purpose.
Our next recommendation is university should include spending trackers inside the payment university apps. The application which helps students to monitor their expenses should help with sending the weekly spending the students have made.
Yeah, I think that would encourage responsible spending.
Another idea is to allow offline payments for students who have limited internet access.
I completely support the idea. Dealing with a server crash right when you are trying to pay for your lunch would be very stressful. So, an offline mode is a must.
Using a secure payment system, students can easily complete their payment.
Let's not forget about those students who may have troubles with their phone.
Right. The university could issue the students payment cards instead.
That would definitely make things much fairer and ensures a smoother operation.
Here's another suggestion. If people protect their password, the account stays safer.
Exactly. And students should never share their PIN's number.
Oh, my cousin told me that cashless payments became much easier after everyone received proper training.
Training really does make a difference.
Our final recommendation is to collect students' feedback after the system has been introduced. The university should carry out a survey after the first month, maybe.
Yeah, that way they can identify any problems and improve the system. Students will use the system with great confidence after receiving proper guidance.
And lastly, special support should be provided for students who need extra assistance.
I think we have covered everything. The cashless system has many advantages, but the university should introduce it carefully because not every student is prepared for the change.
Exactly. If they decide to implement the cashless system on the very first day of classes, it is going to be absolute chaos.
Oh, definitely. Can you imagine the lines at the cafe on Monday morning? Hundreds of students standing there trying to download the apps and link their bank cards all at the same time. The campus network would probably just crash.
Right? That's exactly what I'm afraid of. Everyone is going to be late for class because they are stuck trying to pay for their food. So to prevent that, I believe they should do a soft launch first.
What do you mean by a soft launch? How can they do that?
Like, let us register and set up our accounts online a week before the semester even starts. Or they could have books during orientation week. That way, we could get the boring setup stuff away out of the way early.
Oh, that's actually smart. If they do it during orientation, student volunteers can easily guide anyone who is struggling.
Yes, exactly. And they could also do a test run. Like maybe make only Wednesdays cashless for the first 2 weeks, just so everyone can get used to it slowly.
I love that idea. It gives cafe vendors some practice too, without the stress of a full crowd. If there are any bugs in the system, the IT team has time to fix them.
I know, right? It gives everyone a safety net. Nobody likes being forced into a huge change overnight. But yeah, overall, I feel pretty good about our recommendations. We've got a pretty fair plan here.
I never thought I would support the idea, but after discussing it, I think it could work if it's introduced properly.
Me too. Let's give the university a constructive suggestions instead of just complaining.
Exactly. If everyone works together, the transition will be much smoother.
The students should always stay informed and they should also find out how the payment system works before using it.
Finally, a smooth transition to a cashless campus could be achieved.
Oh, one last thing. What we want is a payment system that is convenient, reliable, and fair.
I'm sure working together as a university community, we can make this new system successful.
Yeah, I think we're done here. How about we leave now?
Yeah,
Let's go.
let's go.